Hey everyone, welcome to the week 8 of Kubernetes V134 release cycle. I'm Vyom and I'll be the host for today's meeting. Before we go any further, please note that this meeting comes under the Kubernetes or the CNCF Code of Conduct, which basically boils down to being excellent to one another. Also note that this meeting is being recorded and would be posted to YouTube publicly. So if you don't want to get your video recorded, please feel free to turn off your camera and add yourself to the attendees list. And with that, is there anything anyone would like to discuss openly? If not, then let's move on to sub-team updates. Enhancements with FICA. I don't see FICA on the call. Is anyone else from enhancements on the call? If not, I can read out the updates. So the metrics are by stage. There are 23 in alpha, 26 in beta, 23 stable, and 0 deprecations this cycle. And by status, 15 are tracked for code freeze, 42 at risk, 15 are tracked for enhancements freeze, and deferred are 16 and removed from milestone are 8. And the team is continuing to track caps for code freeze, which is on July 25th. So short and sweet, I think it's at risk yellow because of the 42 at risk for code freeze, which is fine for this stage in the cycle. Are there any questions for announcements? Any that anyone has? If not, then let's move on to release signal with Sarthak.
So hi everyone. So the current status is green, and the internal team assignments are up to date. Also, the CIA signal board is in good shape. And last week we had one flaky test on master blocking integration master, and one flaky test on master blocking GC cause master reboot. And these tests are marked as non-blocking by the respective SIGs. Currently, we have zero blocking issues and zero blocking PRs. And right now, we have 10 open non-test and flake test KK issues. And we have zero critical urgent issues and zero important soon issues. And we have right now 20 open KKPRs for 1.34 and zero important soon PRs. And we have total 18 open KK issues and 10 queries. Yeah.
Thank you for the update, Sarthak. Are there any questions for release signal that anyone has? If not, then we can move on to docs with Urvashi.
Yeah, hi everyone. So our current status is green. Our updates are V1.34 Alpha 2 release note has been created and it's under review. Weekly bouncing KR has been created and it's merged probably. Yeah, it's merged. And also the majority of caps have informed us whether they have the docs update for the cycle or not, and they have opened the draft PR accordingly. Yeah.
Are there any caps that require docs and haven't opened a draft PR because we are way past the deadline?
We need to see that, but we are still tracking the people, and if they need to open the PR, we are cooperating with them. So we can update you with the numbers after that.
Yeah, please just send me the links to the caps that haven't opened a docs draft PR when they when they have docs for this release cycle, which I think many of them would.
Yeah.
It's because although this is a soft deadline, we ideally want to make this process a bit more stricter and make people go through exception requests for not complying with the docs open placeholder PR deadline. We have this for the final docs freeze where we make them go through an exception process. But it would be still good to see how many people are taking this deadline seriously this cycle. So some metrics on that would be appreciated.
Okay.
So I can give an update on that. So last time I checked, Like most of them already opened the PR for Rapdog PR. But I think like 14 of them opened it after the deadline, or like update me after the deadline out of 73.
How far after the deadline? I mean, that's a bit more to ask. Like you'll have to crunch, but um, okay. I'll also go through the board to see which graded the draft placeholder PR after the deadline. Yeah, let's just note the numbers and let's discuss this in the retro, and then we can take it from there.
It sounds good. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Michelle, and thank you, Vashi. All right. Are there any questions for the docs team, anyone? If not, then let's move on to comms with Agustina, which I don't believe is on the call. Any other comm shadows on the call? If not, then I can read the status updates. The overall status is green. There are currently 13 opted-in feature blogs, and final opt-in outreach is close to being finished. Feature block freeze is this Friday, which I'll also discuss in my updates. Release highlights, the discussion is open, and the comms team have reached out to all the SIGs for release highlights. And the mid-cycle blog, this is something kind of important. If you have been following the KEPs this cycle, or you yourself are authoring a KEP or have been involved in a KEP in any capacity, and if you think that KEP is noteworthy to be included in the mid-cycle or the sneak peek blog, please reach out to the comms team on release comms, or ping Agustina or ping me if you have any suggestions regarding which KEPs should be included in the mid-cycle blog. There are a lot of KEPs this cycle. I think the number was 72 if I remember correctly. So a lot of KEPs to go through just for the comms team to decide which one of them should be included in the mid-cycle blog. There aren't any deprecations, so it's not really straightforward this time. Previously, we used to include the deprecations. This was called the deprecations blog. Mid-cycle blog was often termed as that. But we would like to get something in the mid-cycle blog. If we don't get anything, we don't feel there's anything that is worth including in the mid-cycle blog, then that's an optional blog and we can skip that. So if you have any suggestions for the mid-cycle blog, any KEPs that you find interesting, please reach out to, just reach out to anyone. You'll get a land in the correct source. Anyways. And with that, are there any questions for the comms team? Cool. If not, then let's move on to release branch management. I don't see anyone from RBM on the call. There is the Alpha 3 cut today. I don't see any problems in branch management. The CI signal release signal is green. And Matteo just pinged all the release branch management shadows. So I think it should be green from their side. Are there any questions for release branch management that anyone would like me to put up here and we can discuss later? If not, then let's move on to our emeritus advisor, who is not on the call today as it's very early for him. And so that I'll read out the updates from Fred. Mid-cycle shadow survey link has been sent to the shadows. Please check the emails you gave to your leads and the email that you receive the regular communications on. There is a contact sheet. So if you go to bit.ly/KH134-contacts, you will find the email that you gave to your leads. So please check that email for the mid-cycle shadow survey. It is very, very important to fill out that survey. And it's because using this survey only, we are able to understand how the cycle is going for shadows and if they are facing any problems or not. So it is very, very important to fill out that form. It's mandatory. It's not important. Let me revise my words. It's mandatory to fill out that survey. So please fill out that survey before the deadline, and your input is really appreciated. Are there any questions for the emeritus advisor that I can put here and we can discuss later? If not, then let's move on to my updates. So my updates, first of all, Alpha 3 cut is today. We have a green signal. Thank you to the release signal team for pulling that. And the feature block freeze, the opening of placeholder PRs, the deadline is this week on 2 UTC Friday, 11th July or 19 PST. So that is a centrally enforced deadline for opening placeholder PRs for feature blocks. And the first beta release cut is next week. So it's a major milestone in the release, the next beta cut. So keep an eye out for that. And today I'll be sending out the mid-cycle update email to dev. So just keep an eye out for that as well. Are there any questions for me? If not, I don't see anything from SIG scalability. And I think release signal is green, so that should be fine. We are not walking the project code. And with that, we are at the end of this meeting. Is there anything anyone would like to discuss on the recording before I stop it? If not, let me stop the recording. See you on YouTube.